TIL that from 1988 to 2016. The maker of Sriracha sauce, Hoi Fong Foods, sourced all their peppers from a single supplier based solely on a verbal agreement, sealed with a nod and a handshake, not contracts or lawyers. Today I learned. GIXK. Back when the Red Rooster sauce was legit. Drit Mike, 6,995. I am pretty sure the grower sued them and won. Scary Chicken Guy, 6,715. Source quote, greater than just days earlier. After the last truckload of the 2016 harvest had been delivered, Underwood and Tran had sat together and mapped out the 2017 growing season, and what Tran would pay in advance for the tens of millions of pounds of peppers Underwood promised him. As usual, the agreement was verbal, sealed with a nod and a handshake, not contracts or lawyers. Their relationship ended in 2016 over what appears to be a pricing dispute, and the fact that Hoi Fong Foods tried to lure the supplier's COO to their own newly formed chili venture in an attempt to cut costs. https en.wikipedia.org/wiki/hoi_fong_foods#pepper_supply. Who knows how this would have shaken out if there was more than a verbal agreement. GIXK 8653. The downfall of their relationship and ensuing legal battle was featured on 60 Minutes. Super fascinating. It's how I learned about third-party litigation funding. Just_cows 355. And now because of that the sauce seems to be fucked. Haven't had it in a while, but I feel like it hasn't been the same. Nay Zero Guri 1563. Underwood Sriracha. https://underwoodranches.com/closing parenthesis ice_scream_man 665. TIL in a double-blind test. Professional violinists preferred the sound of a modern violin over multi-million-dollar Stradivarius violins. Today I learned. Yasha Heifetz. There was a great thing like this a few years back with vodka. I can't remember the exact brands, but the experts agreed in a double-blind test that Grey Goose is shit compared to a lot of the nicer supermarket brands. Maximus Decimes 10,659. It would be interesting to know the price of the top-rated modern violins compared to the Stradivarius. Less, I am sure. But are these high-end violins? Or, like, a nice Yamaha? Quote, Endo Exo 2282. Stradivari in all honor. But just imagine if one guy from 400 years ago would still have made better stuff in his workshop than today's manufacturers. Death 79. 2667. Does the violinist also have to be blind, or is that picture just a coincidence? Drink Duff Dry 836. Not sure how related this is, but my mother-in-law has a cello from, I believe, the late 1700s. At one point it got a crack in it that needed to be repaired, and she said that while the value of it went down, the sound it made was better. XA0. Baby Eaten Dingo 361. Hey, I actually contributed to this project, albeit in a very small way. I studied the effect of bridge weight and weight distribution on the sound of a violin. Worked with one of the researchers. Reckless 150681. 324. TIL that the U.S. Navy refused to cooperate with the filming of the movie Crimson Tide. 1995. So getting officially sanctioned footage of a submarine wasn't possible. Instead, the film crew waited at a naval base until a submarine was actually put to sea and pursued it in a boat and helicopter. Today I learned. Look at that bacon. That's a bit like how the crew of Dr. Strangelove reconstructed the cockpit of AB-52. The details of which were still a state secret at the time. by working off of one photograph and guessing the rest based on a B-29 cockpit. What they made ended up being really accurate. C.N. Paddington. 5884. I feel like most submarine movies are above average. The Hunt for Red October. Das Boot. K-19. Down Periscope. Heck, even U-571 was entertaining even if not historically accurate. Crazyaki. 1861. 60. For those who have never seen this film, it is really good. Denzel and Gene Hackman were so good. Actually, a great cast all around. Alves Pale. 2499. The submarine they managed to capture was coincidentally the real USS Alabama. https www.warhistoryonline.com/featured/crimson-tide-facts.html. Enzo 32 Ferrari. 539. Sailor. Sir. There's a boat and helicopter chasing us. It could be the Russians. XA0 Captain. Arm the torpedoes. Agent_Zodiac. 449. If you make a pro-military film they give you access like Top Gun. If not, you get zero access. XA0. Fake_William_Shatner. 200. TIL in 1907. A performer named Sober Sue appeared on stage. Theater offered $100 to anyone who could make Sober Sue laugh. People from the audience, professional comedians, all tried, but failed. Later it was found it was impossible for her to laugh because her facial muscles were paralyzed. Today I learned. YOLO 000. If you read the article, the photo says, an unknown grumpy woman. There are no photos of Sober Sue. I thought that was hilarious. Half Now Brown Co. 5129. So basically the theater got the crowd to provide their own entertainment and pay them for the privilege. Mad Scientist 22. 817. And if I talk, you get money. But I never talk. Heel. 630. It would have been funnier if she was deaf. Chicks__hate__me. 988. Reminds me of that show where if he talks, you get money. Tommy_Roboto. 48. Sober Sue was just really slow. In 1913 she finally got the first joke, then laughed continuously for the next 6 years. Picado. 457.